Welcome to the Hayvn Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders, owners, and professionals are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Hear from industry experts on everything from marketing, leadership, financing, and more. Brought to you by Hayvn, a co-working space where you can connect, create, and get stuff done.
Hi, welcome. So excited that you could be here for our first Hayvn Hubcast episode. My name is Felicia Rubinstein. I'm the founder of Hayvn. My title is Chief Collaborator. Hayvn is a co-working space based here in Fairfield County where people can connect and create and get stuff done. Wherever you are in your personal or professional journey, we have programs and support and space for you. My vision for Hayvn Hubcast is basically to be like kind of a talk show that features all the amazing program and resources we have here to offer, and to showcase our members and influencers that we have in the Hayvn community. Essentially, it really is just an audio hub to help small businesses learn and grow. I'd like to turn it over to my two collaborators on this, Nancy Sheed and Sue Yasav. Sue?
Hey, Felicia, thank you. It is a thrill to be part of the Hayvn community. And I am the new CEO of Marquette Marketing, and I created Marquette while in Hayvn, actually, as my own business. And Felicia, I think you're the one that actually named my business, Marquette, or you suggested the name. I have a lot of affinity towards Hayvn, and I do marketing workshops. I've done workshops on the marketing funnel, website design, thought leadership, and basically teaching small businesses about marketing concepts that they may not know about. So happy to be here and happy to host some of the podcasts.
And I am Nancy Sheed. I am thrilled and honored to be a co-collaborator and co-host of this Hayvn Hubcast. I am the founder of Sheed Communications, which is a digital marketing firm and content marketing strategy business that helps writers, authors, thought leaders, and nonprofits look as successful online as they are in real life. But more importantly, I'm a Hayvn Advisory Board member and really excited to be part of this Hayvn Hubcast crew. So, Felicia, I'd like to sort of put you in the interview spot or hot seat and ask you a little bit more about Hayvn and tell us about your vision or the journey that led you to creating Hayvn.
Okay, sure. To really understand Hayvn and where the concept came from, I just want to share a little bit about my life journey. I always wanted to be an inventor when I was a kid. And at that point, I always wanted to invent something. And I went to school for engineering and got a job as an engineer working for Apple Computer, really going around and talking to engineers about how they could use a Macintosh to get their job done. I loved my job in New York City and never intended on stepping down. But at 30-something, I found it was time to start a family. Between my husband and I, one of us had to make a choice to be there to take care of our kids. I left New York and I started my own business where I could have that work-life balance. And that company grew as my kids grew up, and it wound up being 16 people where we were all working virtually. It was 16 women, and we wanted to meet once in a while, but there really was no place to meet. And we wanted to look legitimate to our clients, and there was no place to have those meetings. I started thinking about this and not knowing that there was a solution called co-working. But later on, when I was getting tired of this particular business in marketing, I started thinking about what my next step would be, and had heard someone talk about this thing called co-working. And I thought, this is a fabulous idea and something that I know that I could use and a lot of my friends could use. And so that's really kind of the vision of Hayvn, where it was a place for women to connect, create, and support each other. And that's really what Hayvn is. It's like wherever you are in your personal, professional journey, we have options and training and programming and space for you.
And I really have to echo that. I started at Hayvn when I was still in corporate. and found it to be a very supportive community. And I'm also part of Hayvn when I'm an individual business owner. And I also find different kinds of help and support, but definitely a supportive community. So I have to echo that. I think it works both ways, either for corporate people who need a place to work, a friendly community, and also a support for maybe solopreneurs or entrepreneurs to really have a support system.
That is such a great segue, Sue, because, well, one, I was going to get all excited that you were talking about the word, my favorite word, community. And as a solopreneur, I didn't realize that, Felicia, until you actually created Hayvn, how much I was missing that community and the water cooler conversations or the opportunities for events, or, I thought I was perfectly fine in my home office running my business. But when you created Hayvn, it suddenly became very apparent how much community really does help to, build a business, make your business better, or make you a better business owner. So I have to say for that, thank you, Felicia. Felicia, thinking about Hayvn, you started a year before the pandemic, and we were all meeting. Everybody was collaborating, hosting events, and it was fantastic. You were about to celebrate your 1-year anniversary, and then the pandemic hit. So talk to us about how I'll use the overused word pivot. How did you pivot Hayvn to become this virtual community that goes well beyond its physical location?
Once I realized that things were not going to change, I talked to my advisory board, which are you guys, and a lot of the team just said, like, help me. And everybody was there really supportive, and had a bunch of suggestions. So one of the first things that we did was created virtual programs online. And Sue, I think you were one of the first people to present. We had been doing a lot of lunch and learns at Hayvn, and it was super easy once we figured out Zoom to create online programming. And really, like this whole Hubcast podcast that we're creating is just an extension of what we were doing on Zoom, but more of an audio portion. So everybody in the community kind of chipped in, and different people presented each day, which was just wonderful. So we were there at lunchtime every day to why people didn't know what was going on during the pandemic, just to say, we're here for you.
I really have to say people helped each other. Like, I have gotten clients from Hayvn members. I've hired Hayvn members myself. And this happened throughout the pandemic. So just keeping that community alive through connections and virtual events was terrific. Having said that, I'm really excited that we're in person again now.
Hear, hear. And I think the other part that was wonderful was suddenly you weren't constricted, or we weren't constricted as a community to just be within the lower Fairfield County area. Like, we were no longer just in Connecticut, and having people who were in New York City, or who may have been sitting out the pandemic somewhere else, could still be part of the community and sharing. And I think that's, to me, was the aha of, wait a second, this place has more legs. We don't have to totally always be in the physical space. And so, Felicia, when you started thinking about the Hubcast and bringing it this audio version, let's talk about what people should expect to hear on upcoming episodes, or what your vision is for what people should get out of listening to the Hayvn Hubcast.
My vision is really to have all sorts of programming available, kind of like what we do at Hayvn, whether it's looking at your career, if you're trying to launch or relaunch your career, start a small business, grow your small business, all the tools and tricks that you need to do that. And in terms of finance, marketing, legal issues, different things like that, as well as we have such an amazing community. So similar to what we did with these Hayvn halftimes that we did every day, bring in these support people and influencers in the community to present. There's such a wealth of knowledge in the area that I just want to introduce other people to this group.
Yeah, being inspired by some of the people who've had success, or might be further along in their journey. I know you've talked about people who've gotten startup investing, or people who have, like you, Sue, gone from corporate to running your own business. There are lots of examples of success stories that I think people love to share and love to help each other. in this community. So we're excited to hear from them.
The thing I would also add is that if you have a need in the Hayvn community, a lot of times you could just put it out there on a Slack channel or in a meeting or in a networking event, and or just email someone or Felicia, and people will find a person to help you with your business goal. To your point, there's such good bench strength that, for instance, I needed a graphic designer, and there's one here, right? People needed a value proposition expert, and they hired me. So there's such a good internal community to help small businesses and also to help each other grow. So that's always been terrific about the community.
100%. And so the goal is sort of digestible episodes, keeping it under 30 minutes, probably more in the 15, 20 minute, maybe even some 10-minute episodes, but quick stories, hopefully with takeaway, either inspiration or action or ideas, or even to your point, as we've talked about, connections for people to reach out to. And Felicia will be launching soon. And Sue and I are honored to be the co-host taking you on this journey. Sue will be kicking off with some marketing episodes. Sue, can you tell us a little more about those?
Sure. So a lot of small business owners don't really know a lot about marketing. Like, you have a business, and a lot of times, it's your passion. So the marketing episodes go from really basic marketing concepts like the marketing funnel, sales, also website design, content creation, how to set yourself up as a subject matter expert in your field, thought leadership, all of those things that you may need to know as a person to really grow your business. And, they're 15-minute bite-sized concepts. So they definitely deserve a deep dive, but hopefully people will recognize themselves and say, hey, I have an issue, and it looks like my issue is not awareness. My issue is my positioning or something like that. The marketing podcasts help you identify that so you can dig deeper in, the things that may be holding down your growth.
Fantastic. And other episodes will be more interview style, where we're talking to experts and business leaders. So it's going to be a nice mixture, just like Hayvn is, of different people, different ideas, but all with the focus of helping people and small business owners be, kind of more successful and thriving in their business. Felicia, if people are interested in learning more about Hayvn, how do they connect with you and find you and learn more?
The best way is just to go to our website, and it's hayvn.com. Just a red flag. People tend to misspell it, so make it the Y in the middle. You can book a tour, come on in, give us a call. We're here to support you.
Fantastic. And excited to be part of this journey and being part of the Hayvn Hubcast. If you like what you hear, I'll do the plug of please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the episodes. And we look forward to reviews and ratings as well. Thank you so much, and enjoy the Hayvn Hubcast.
Thanks for listening to the Hayvn Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders and owners are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Hayvn is a co-working space and virtual community located in the heart of Fairfield County, Connecticut. Hayvn is a hub for business owners and professionals to connect, create, and get stuff done. Find out more about the Hayvn community online at hayvn.com. That's HAYVN.com. Hayvn Hubcast is produced by Sound Advice Strategies.